how to bind off in knitting. This video is for experienced knitters only, and that's you, because if you've gotten this far, you are an experienced knitter, and we are sliding into home base. There are two things that we need to absolutely cover before you're done with your first little knitting swatch. The first is going to be today we are going to bind off. Now, you probably wondered, like, okay, I have all these stitches on my needle, like, how do I get them off? I'm going to show you. It's actually really quite simple. Here we go. Binding off is also called casting off, and it's how we take these loops and finish off our work. I prefer binding off on the right side of my work, which is the front side. You usually end a pattern after knitting the wrong side or the back side, so I'm going to do our bind off row on the right side. And we are going to finally use our little tapestry needle today too. So watch me bind off quickly here, and then it will be your turn. Because all our stitches here are on the knit side, I'm going to be knitting the stitches as I bind off. In future projects, just remember to bind off in pattern. That means your knit stitches will be knit and bound off, and your purl stitches will be purled and bound off. But today we can keep it simple and we're just knitting. We begin by knitting 2 stitches of our row. Now binding off. Taking the point of our left knitting needle, lift the first stitch up and over the second stitch. And then right off your right needle. And then we just repeat. Knit the next stitch of the row, and take that first stitch up and over, and repeat. Bind off your stitches loosely so that your edge is elastic, just like your knitting piece. You may also want to use a larger needle to bind off if desired. If you are excited to bind off today, go ahead, like up this video. It really helps me out. Okay, so now it's your turn. Take your work, and we are going to first knit 2 stitches. So knitting 1, and then going in to that stitch, taking our yarn around and knitting 2. Okay, once we're at this point, we're going to take the first stitch right here, and using the point of our left needle, we're going to pick it up. I like to sort of stretch my work a little bit to help me do this on the right side. Taking the left needle, go ahead, go right into that first stitch, and you're going to lift it up. You can see it right here. And then we're going to take it up and around the needle. So you'll see we just have 1 stitch remaining on our needle right here, and that is considered our first bind off. And repeating, we're knitting 1 stitch so that we have 2 on our needle again. And we'll take that first stitch right there. With our left needle, we go ahead and pick it up, and we carry it around and over and bind it off. Let's do that again together. Knit 1 stitch, and then sort of pulling the work down a little bit. If you need a little bit of help like I do, take your left needle, the point right there, and we're going to pick it up and carry it around and over our needle and bind it off. And here's what our little bind off edge is looking like. And I think we should do it a couple more times together. So we're knitting 1 stitch. We're going to take our left needle, pick that stitch up, and carry it around the right needle and bind it off. Okay, let's do it one more time. We're going to knit 1 stitch right here. Pick that first stitch up, carry it around, and bind it off. So pretty. So I'm going to jump ahead here After you have bound off all of the stitches, I want to show you what comes next. Finishing up the bind off row, you will have one stitch remaining. Cut your yarn and make sure the yarn tail is at least 3 inches long. I like to make mine longer. Take your tapestry needle and thread your yarn into it. Then carefully remove your knitting needle from the last stitch. With your tapestry needle, you'll pull the yarn tail through your last stitch. And this last little step is called finishing off. Tomorrow we are going to complete our knitted swatch by weaving in our ends. So the little yarn tails at the beginning and the end of our work, using our tapestry needle, we're going to weave them in. Action item of the day. Just finish binding off your row and finishing it off. Then tomorrow we are going to complete our knitted swatch by weaving in our ends. And now it's time to check off day 13, bind off in your knitting series planner. And I'll see you at the next video. I'm really proud of you guys. Keep going. Bye.